Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Monday Matters. As the Fall sang in 2015, today is the day of a great centenary. Yes, the 100th edition of Monday Matters is right here on Gary's Stuff. Hi there, I'm Gary. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Today indeed is the 100th episode of Monday Matters. For just under 2 years now, I've been making shows where I start off with some of the news of the week, catch you up with what I've been up to on the bench, and of course talk about this week's kit of the week. And this week is going to be no different to all of that. If you like the show, please do remember to support it for free. You can give it the old imperial thumbs up on the like button below because every like counts. And you can subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Why not hit the bell and you'll be notified of all my future content as it is published. And of course, if you want to offer a bit more concrete support, you can do that through Super Thanks by becoming a channel member or using any of the online partner programs, details of which are in the information box below. So, yes, 100 episodes of Monday Matters. Can hardly believe it myself. I know a lot of you were here for the very first one, or about 1,000 or so of you were here for the first one, because that's how many people watched it. 28th of March 2022, since which time I've got 4 times as many subscribers as I had then, 4 times as many of you watch every week, which is fantastic. By that point, I had made about, 60-ish videos. I've made something over 500 now, so been a pretty busy old 2 years, let's be honest. But you know what? The basic structure seems to work. If you're still going to watch it, I'm still going to make it. It's my favourite thing to do every week. So thank you all very, very much for watching. Much, much more to come. Secondly, as you know, last weekend I took part in the 48 in 48 hour group build, which was all organised around generating funds for Models for Heroes. Between the Just Giving page and the auctions and things like that, all the other activities that went on, managed to raise £9,168 for Models for Heroes. That's a phenomenally good amount of money. Thank you all to everyone who donated, who bid on items in the auctions, who took part in any other way, and of course all the brilliant people who put the whole gig together. Absolutely fantastic. Over £9,000 in these difficult times is a properly good amount of money. And it goes to show model making can be a force for good. It's not just some hobby. Third thing is that I ran a poll last week, started last week, I've been running it all week, about what the next group build is going to be. Just over 500 of you have replied, and 50% went for the oldest kit in the stash. The idea of that is that you make the oldest kit you have in your stash, not the oldest one like release. You know, I've got some really ancient Avro Anson from Airfix and things like that. An old PE2 bomber in 1/72, things like that. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the kit that you've had in your stash for the longest amount of time. Now, if you've only got one kit in your stash because you only build one kit at a time, that's the one you can build. If you've got a couple of hundred and you're thinking, well, when did I? Just cast your mind back. Just think when you bought them. Think back to what your earliest kits and what ones you haven't actually built yet, and there's your answer. It's going to be fun digging out some of this kit. Some of it's going to be pretty old stuff as well as having had it for a long time. Some of it could be relatively recent. My one is going to be the ICM Laffley truck from just a few years ago, because I got it just a few years ago, but everything else I've got since then. So that's the one I'll have to build. Nice looking kit, by the way. So that's what we're going to do. I'm thinking maybe start at the weekends, next weekends, and run it through to, when is it, that sort of end of March. So towards mid-May, I'm guessing, about 8 weeks. I should think something like that. So it takes around middle of May, because a lot of you want to do something about D-Day after that. So if we start mid-May, then to do a D-Day anniversary group build, that should be everyone's boxes ticked, I hope. So that's what I think we'll do. I'll put up some more information on the channel. Obviously, I'll do a little video about it. And of course, I'll talk about it more on Monday Matters. Last thing I need to talk to you about this week is, of course, Tuesday is the third Tuesday of the month, 19th of March. And so that is going to be live stream night. Yes, third Tuesday has come round already. So I'll be online from 8 o'clock in the evening till 10 o'clock in the evening, UK time, this Tuesday, the 19th of March. Please come along and join me on YouTube and just have some chat. Ping questions over to me if you like. I'll try and answer as many of them as I can. And just come say hello to your mates as well, people you already communicate with through the channel, through Facebook, through any other way, of course. And a lot of you know each other outside of this existence on my channel, and quite rightly too. Also, next week is my club night on Thursday. So any of you in the area who can get to the Harrow Club, I'll see you there. Look forward to it. That's, again, I think 8 till 10, isn't it? On Thursday, so that'll be the 21st of March. I'll be going down there with a few things, no doubt, bits and pieces. So look forward to seeing you if you go there. That's everything covered, I think, for the moment. So let's crack on with this week's look at the news. Art Scale Kit has collaborated with Duke Hawkins to produce this limited edition set of the Sea King in Belgian service in 1/48 scale. The Sea King has national treasure status in Belgium, so this special boxing will go down a storm. It's based on the superb FX 1/48 scale kit, but comes with an ASK detail set for the Mark 48 as flown in Belgium, an extra decal set, and the 180-page Duke Hawkins book on the Sea King, list price around €110. Incidentally, they've also teamed up for this set of decals for Hurricanes in both 1/72 and 1/32 scales. I love that stripy engine cover. In Australia, Uncle Les has this new resin kit of the MQ-28 Ghost Bat UAV in both 1/48 and 1/72 scales. Ghost Bat is an Australian loyal wingman project for an unmanned fighter capable of escorting human-operated fighters either as a decoy or as an independent combatant controlled by artificial intelligence. Also from Australia, CROCO Models has a new resin kit of the CAC Wacket bomber in 1/72 scale. AMODEL has released its new toolkit of the Embraer EMB 110 regional airliner in 1/72 scale. Pretty enough on its own, of course, but it will also form the basis of the SOVA M kit of the EMB 111 maritime patrol aircraft later this year. GECKO has released a new kit of the M76 Otter amphibious vehicle in 1/35 scale. The CAD images look very good with plenty of etched details for those who like that sort of thing. In 1/16 scale, GECKO also has two new figure sets. The first is of the late Queen depicted as Princess Elizabeth in her uniform in World War II. Yes, the dog is included. There's also a new figure of Erwin Rommel, the Desert Fox, at the same scale. Hong Kong-based ZOOMON has two new car kits in 1/24 scale, the diminutive Peel Trident and the even smaller Peel 50, both cars having vied at some point for the title of the world's smallest production car in the 1960s. And finally, way out on the weirdometer of news are new figures from Escape Hatch Hobbies. The first is this homage to Roger Corman's 1959 movie, The Wasp Woman. The other, inspired by Corman's 1955 epic, The Day the World Ended. Each runs to about 20 centimeters or 8 inches tall, comes with a base, is 3D resin printed, and will burn a more than $100 hole in your pocket. On my bench this week, well, I'm going to kick off with that Martin Handicide I built for the 48 in 48 hour group build last weekend. It's in 1/48 scale, it's from Impact Models, and it's from the mid-60s. It was a gloriously lovely kit to build. The plastic is fantastic. The moulding is really, really good. It was an absolute delight to put together and to paint. Even enjoyed doing the rigging. There's quite a lot of rigging, but it wasn't that tricky. The instructions are quite good about where it all goes. You can see from pictures and things like that. So really enjoyed doing that build. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't watched it yet, have a look. It's a remarkable little kit, really is. What else is there? Well, I did the box review of the FMA Pucará, a bit of history about the aircraft as well. Earlier in the week, it's a kit in 1/48 scale from Kinetic, and it looks really, really nice. I have to say, it looks very good indeed. I've heard a lot of great things from other people who have made it as well, so guess it's going to have to go into that build schedule, which is getting a little bit busy, but always room for one more. I think you'll agree. And of course, more recently, I put up the video about the 1/35th scale kit of the Fubai combat base in 1968, made by ICM, featuring the monster CH-54A Tahe, along with an M121 bomb, a section of landing mat, the pierced steel matting, the M8 matting, and a set of pilots and a set of ground crew as well. It's a huge kit, lots and lots of plastic in it. Okay, it runs 130 or more pounds, depending on where you buy it in the UK, for example. But, you know, as I say, it's an awful lot in there for your money. It looks great. Again, ICM, the plastic is looking lovely, the mouldings are looking spectacular. I've heard a lot of very good things about this kit. It's just a pity. It is just way, way too big for me to build. Oh, well, that was going to be the end, but then I remembered the biggest thing to arrive on my bench is quite literally on my bench, and that is my new paint booth. It's a Bart Sharp model, twin fan thing. I've built a homemade bucket filter for the exhaust, so it's got the filtration pads first, then the fans. Normally vents out, and if you can vent it through a window. It's a little cold to be doing that, and also if it gets too cold or the humidity is not right where you're painting, your paints can really not do very well, especially acrylics are very sensitive to humidity. So I've made myself a little bucket filter, sort of secondary bucket filter, and I'll show you all about that on the build video which I have filmed of assembling the Bart Sharp, which really didn't take long at all, but then making this extra filter for it, which is cool. Brilliant if you've got something like if you're working in a basement or a room that hasn't got a nice window you can put the exhaust through, or like me, you're just working too far away from the window. So check that out. I'll be putting that video up in the week. So all of that means I've got just a little bit of time to make something else, and that is going to be this week's kit of the week, and the kit is going to be the Fuga Majesté in 1/72nd scale from Hele. Why this kit, you ask? Well, first of all, it was very kindly sent to me by Damien McKeever, but not only did he out of the blue send me a kit of this lovely two-seat French trainer, but he sent me the aftermarket decal so I can do it in the paint scheme of the Irish Air Corps. And to make sure I didn't completely mess that up either, he also sent me this very lovely book about the Fuga Majesté in Irish service. Lots of really cool pictures, lots of good information, not least of which I found out that had a 5-point harness for the pilot. So when I get around to using my masking tape and cutting up little strips of masking tape to make the seats, the straps of the seats, I have to remember to do it as a 5-pointer. Oh, and they're blue as well. So all of that I didn't know. He stopped me making a complete fool of myself. So Damien, thank you so very, very much for this lovely set of goodies. Of course, the point being that today, as I'm recording this, is St. Patrick's Day. Tomorrow, as I hope you're watching this, St. Patrick's Day is being observed in Ireland and probably a lot of other countries around the world. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. So, that's what's coming up on the channel. All the other stuff from earlier on I'm working on as well. How on earth are you going to know when all this comes out? Well, the best thing to do, won't cost you a penny. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and that you've hit the bell to be notified of everything as it comes out. And of course, anything you see on my channel that you like, please give it the old imperial thumbs up on the like button below, because every like counts. Thank you so very much for watching this week. Hope to see you again on the channel soon. Hope to see you on the live stream if you can join me. Take very good care now, and goodbye.